Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Keyboy.
Good morning, Utah. Happy Friday. The time is currently 5:44. Yesterday at this time, we were talking about some active weather that was exiting southeastern Utah, most notably in San Juan County. It's quiet out there this morning in Blanding. However, when you look at some of the grassy surfaces, we do have some frost out there. But that's not only the case in southeastern Utah. We also have some frost even throughout portions of the Beehive State, including along the Wasatch Front. I've seen some frost on some cars out there this morning. One thing that you might want to keep in mind, but really outside of that, nothing's going to slow you down. You just want to make sure that you're dressed accordingly as it is chilly out there. Here's the current view from Alta, where we have twinkling stars above, calm conditions down below as we look out towards Albion Basin. Doesn't get much better than that. Temperatures are sitting mainly in the 20s and 30s, while there are a few spots, most notably in the Wasatch Back and throughout portions of central Utah, waking up with temperatures in the teens. The heavy winter jacket at that point is probably needed. And your 6-hour temperatures along the Wasatch Front starting at 8 o'clock this morning will still likely be in the upper 20s by 8 o'clock this morning, all to see those temperatures slowly climb through the 30s through the rest of the morning, then eventually climbing into the low and mid 40s this afternoon. And we will see more hazy sunshine. And if you're wondering where that puts us when it comes to our averages, typically this time of year we're right around 38, 39 degrees in Salt Lake, so we will be above our seasonal average. But in other spots, instead of being about 5 degrees above average, we're going to be closer to 10 degrees above average, and that warming will continue through the weekend while it'll be kind of held somewhat in check in our northern Utah valleys as the inversions continue to strengthen. Logan today, daytime high of 35 degrees, 39 degrees in Vernal. We'll get to 48 in Cedar City and 58 degrees in St. George, which will likely lead the way. But if you're heading out across the southwest desert today, it's really going to be quite a nice day, while Park City this afternoon we'll see a daytime high of 39. In central Utah, it's 50 for Castledale, 48 for Emory, and 45 in Oak City. Then down in southern Utah, we'll get to 43 in Monticello, 49 for Escalante, 47 in Bryce Canyon, and Beaver will be just shy of 50 degrees at 49. But I think by tomorrow, we actually could see a daytime high in the middle 50s in Beaver. So that just kind of goes to show how much warmer it's going to get. And all of that is thanks to high pressure being in control of our weather. And you can see that here on the upper level futurecast, and it really won't be moving much of anywhere as we move into and through this weekend, resulting in more or less a stagnant weather pattern. Then by early next week, this high pressure begins to ease its grip on the Beehive State and will enter a slightly more progressive pattern through the first half of next week. And with some energy coming in between Tuesday and Wednesday, there will be the potential that we could see maybe a few showers, maybe a little bit of relief from the haze. But what we're really watching for is that by the second half of next week into the following weekend, so leading right up until Christmas, there's an upper level low pressure that's going to be off the California coastline. Now the question is whether or not that system is actually going to move through our area, because some early forecast models were indicating that it was going to move through Utah. Latest forecast model projections having it moving just to the south, which means southern Utah would probably see some wet weather, but then whether or not northern Utah would get any moisture, that's a big question. And that's kind of laid out here on the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, where you can see southern Utah actually a pretty decent chance that we'll see above average precipitation, but then that chance goes down the further north you travel. And then by the time you get into southern Idaho, there's a chance that below average precipitation. So we're walking a fine line here when it comes to that storm system, but I think by the time we get to that point where it could potentially move in, we'll want it to, just because we'll need actually some relief from that haze, especially in our northern Utah valleys. In St. George, daytime highs will be mainly in the low 60s through this weekend into early next week. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, as we enter more of that active pattern, we'll even have a slight chance of wet weather in St. George with temperatures that could begin to ease down. Then along the Wasatch Front, we get mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies the next several days with more of that haze, with highs mainly in the mid 40s through this weekend along the Wasatch Front. Overnight lows in the mid to upper 20s, and then we'll start to trend a little bit warmer into early next week, and potentially adding in that slight chance on Wednesday, fingers crossed, that we get some relief from the haze with maybe some bigger changes by the end of next week. But we'll have to see and how that plays out in the next several days. Stay tuned.